The night was unusually quiet. As a cop, I had grown accustomed to the rhythms of the city, its sporadic bursts of activity and stretches of eerie silence. That night, the silence was oppressive, hanging thick in the air like a shroud. It was almost 3 a.m., and I was making my rounds, patrolling the outskirts of town where the shadows seemed darker and the streets more desolate. As I cruised down an old, narrow road, my radio crackled to life. Unit 15, we have a report of suspicious activity at the old Henderson place. Can you check it out? The Henderson place had been abandoned for years, a relic of a bygone era with a reputation for strange occurrences. I arrived at the house, its dilapidated structure looming ominously against the night sky. The front door creaked open with a nudge, revealing a darkened hallway lined with dust and cobwebs. The air was thick with decay, and an unsettling feeling gnawed at my gut. "Dispatch, I'm entering the Henderson house," I reported, my voice echoing slightly in the emptiness. My flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing peeling wallpaper and scattered debris. I moved cautiously, every step amplifying the silence around me. In the back of the house, I found a door ajar, leading to a set of stairs descending into darkness. The basement. A sense of dread settled over me, but I had to check it out. The stairs creaked under my weight, each step taking me deeper into the unknown. At the bottom, I was greeted by an oppressive darkness, only broken by the beam of my flashlight. The basement was cluttered with old furniture and forgotten relics. But then, my light caught something that made my blood run cold, a large wooden table in the center of the room, and on it, a figure. As I approached, the smell of formaldehyde became overpowering. The figure on the table was a young woman, her body unnaturally still. Her eyes, wide open and glassy, stared blankly at the ceiling. Her skin had a lifelike sheen, but there was something horribly wrong. I shone my light closer and realized the horrifying truth: she was taxidermized. I stumbled back, my mind reeling. Who could have done this? And why here, in this forgotten place? My heart pounded in my chest as I radioed for backup. "This is Unit 15. I need immediate assistance at the Henderson place. I found a body in the basement, possibly taxidermized." The weight felt eternal, the darkness closing in around me. My flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance and move. I couldn't take my eyes off the body, half expecting it to come to life. Finally, I heard the distant wail of sirens. Relieved, I rushed up the stairs to meet my fellow officers. "In the basement?" I said breathlessly. "You have to see this." We descended together, my flashlight leading the way. But when we reached the table, the body was gone. The room was empty, save for the musty remnants of forgotten times. My heart sank as I stared at the empty table, my mind racing with questions. "Are you sure, officer?" my partner asked, skepticism and concern etched on his face. "I saw her," I insisted. "She was right here." We searched the basement thoroughly, but there was no trace of the body, no signs of anyone having been there. As we emerged from the house, the night seemed even darker, the silence even more oppressive. The Henderson place was sealed off, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister still lurked within its walls. I knew what I had seen, but there was no proof. The image of that taxidermized woman haunted my dreams, her glassy eyes staring into my soul. And somewhere in the shadows, I knew the real horror was still out there, waiting.
If you enjoy scary stories like this, you can find my YouTube link on my profile. I will be covering a wide variety of scary content. Until then, stay safe and be wary of the dark.